top, we remain. Santi from Argentina con la mira fría. Perú tiene a Mayen rompiendo día a día. Morde el argentino, pura puntería. Y Mati de Ecuador controlando la batería. Cuando apunta no falla, en el clutch aparece y te borra la pantalla. Mayhem peruano mete ritmo y estrategia, te cierra el ángulo, precisión milimétrica. Amor del argentino entra fuerte sin miedo, domina rotaciones, siempre llega primero. Mati de Ecuador cae con fuego en la zona, cuando suelta el loadout todo el mapa se detona. We don't choke, we don't fall, fire ants, always stand tall. Latino representando, los campeones regresando. Somos los fire, llegamos al game. Defending champions, you know the name. Representative for the war zone, we run the frame. NJCAAE on top, we remain. Santi from Argentina con la mira fría. Perú tiene a Mayhem rompiendo día a día. Morden argentino, pura puntería. Y Mati de Ecuador controlando la batería. Argentina, Perú, Ecuador. Meeting on fire, campeones por honor. Fire hands on the map, let's go. Drop in the zone, we control the fight. Fire hands pull up, it GG on sight. Precision, aggression, we push every lane. Defending the title again and again. USC, Sumter, yeah, we built to compete. Latino energy, we don't taste defeat. Turn up the volume, make me feel that bass. Cause fire hands running the whole damn space. Champions, let's run it back. USC, Sumter Fire Ants, Latino Squad in the lobby. Argentina, Perú, Ecuador, Champions otra vez. Let's heat it up. Somos los fighters, llegamos al game. Defending champions, you know the name. Party party war zone, we run the frame. NJCAAE on top, we remain. Santi from Argentina con la mira fría. Perú tiene a Mayhem rompiendo día a día. Morde el argentino, pura puntería. Y Mati de Ecuador controlando la batería. Cuando apunta no falla, en el clutch aparece y te borra la pantalla. Mayhem peruano mete ritmo y estrategia, te cierra el ángulo, precisión milimétrica. Amor del argentino entra fuerte sin miedo, domina rotaciones, siempre llega primero. Mati de Ecuador cae con fuego en la zona, cuando suelta el loadout todo el mapa se detona. We don't choke, we don't fall, fire ants, always stand tall. Latino representando, los campeones regresando. Somos los fire, llegamos al game. Defending champions, you know the name. Representative for the war zone, we run the frame. NJCAAE on top, we remain. Santi from Argentina con la mira fría. Perú tiene a Mayhem rompiendo día a día. Morden argentino, pura puntería. Y Mati de Ecuador controlando la batería. Argentina, Perú, Ecuador. Meeting on fire, campeones por honor. Fire hands on the map, let's go. Drop in the zone, we control the fight. Fire hands pull up, it GG on sight. Precision, aggression, we push every lane. Defending the title again and again. USC, Sumter, yeah, we built to compete. Latino energy, we don't taste defeat. Turn up the volume, make me feel that bass. Cause fire hands running the whole damn space.
And we are live from the Anthill. Coach Chris here with you. Got some Warzone action coming your way from USC Sumter Esports taking on WSU Tech. That's Wichita State University. Fire Ants going up against them in this Warzone semi-final. Going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Fire Ants have been pretty good overall, undefeated record. I think they've dropped around here or there, but overall, looking pretty good when it comes to Warzone here. And this is D1 in NJCAAE. And we got Mayhems and Maddie going for the victory here in this semifinal to push their ticket to next week's final. But they've got WSU first, and WSU just beat Iowa Western in the first round of the playoffs, the national playoffs. This is the national, so we've already done the super regional, headed into the national here, and going to be very interesting to see how it all plays out this evening. And as we get into it, we will have them warm up for these next couple of seconds, or just make sure their settings are good and they're ready to go. And give you a little bit of the bracket information. WSU's coming in at a 5 seed. Fire Ants have the #1 seed in the overall national bracket. WSU did beat the 4 seed though in Iowa Western Community College 2-0. This is going to be a best of 3. And here we go. Getting ready to drop in. We'll try to bring you both pictures here. And keep you informed on what's going on. I think the Fire Ants might have a little bit of rust to knock off. I think they've been playing today though, so they're probably warmed up, but got to get it going. Hopefully have a good drop location and be on point. And here we go. The Mayhems and Maddie looking like they're dropping in. Gonna try some aerial fights here. You see Mayhems trying to take that, but had to back off. Maddie got a player near him. He does get him down, and he's gonna drop immediately off the top. Mayhem's gonna see what he can find as they start to loot up. Had a little bit of a pool change on weapons in the last drop of updates. So if their sound sounds weird, too low, or I'm too high over it, let me know, chat, and we will get that taken care of. But so different guns and loot out there versus what we've seen before. Maddie gonna take a shot there, not finding one. Getting shot back at, both of them were, for a moment at least. They're gonna play this area here. Mayhems finds one down. It looks like Raw is headed to the Gulag already for WSU. So their drop location must not have played out as smoothly as the Fire Ants at the moment. But Fire Ants have 2 kills so far. Maddie looking for a third for the team. Don't think he got him down, but he did tag him up. Maybe he did down him actually. Mayhem's gonna go down there, and Maddie's gonna come along and get that kill on that person. Not sure why that person stood over Mayhem and shot the body, but Maddie followed it up with a little bit of repeat to him for that action. So until Mayhems goes into the Gulag, we'll focus on Maddie here. Looks like Raw did win his Gulag, so he is back in the match. Maddie got sitting on 3 kills right now. I know in these tight matchups, they're going to have to play for as many kills as they possibly can get. And Maddie just kind of zooming across the map, looting up, picking up things, getting ready to go. Sounds like Mayhem's countdown is going for him to get into the gulag here, but still waiting on his screen to pop up. And here he goes in. We're gonna swap over and see how he fares. Maddie just looting up, getting a loot drop or a loadout drop. Mayhem's getting the first tag. Hard to tell, and he does finish that off. So Maddie got his preferred loadout and is gonna move on to bigger and better things on the map. Mayhem's gonna try to maybe come in here and land on that loadout, but not sure if he's gonna reach all the way over there or not. It's looking like he's pretty far from it, but he might go to that helicopter and then go get it potentially. And so getting vehicles, moving around the map, going to places that you want to work through and stuff is important. Gonna see Mayhem's jump in this helicopter. He's gonna go for that loadout if I had to guess. And Maddie is making his move across the map. And Mayhem's getting there to that loadout. Nobody really seeing anything at the moment. Maddie does actually sees one. Player gets away from him. I think he might have been in that room to his left. No, he did run outside. Maddie finally finishes him off. Mayhem's got one too. Not sure where Mayhem's player was. I was focused more on Maddie there. And Maddie gets a kill there. Mayhem's and him both have their preferred loadouts. Maddie gonna cap this here. Gets a little bit of loot. Sees what he wants and moves on. Mayhem's gonna find one at the top. Downs him, puts him out. Sends him to the gulag. Not sure what the score is here, but gonna keep that in consideration. And man, Mayhem's throwing the grenade up there. Did damage a player for sure. Blew up the helicopter, but did not go down. Maddie's gonna down one, I believe. Maybe they did put that player down. Mayhem's looking around. Hard to tell with simultaneous sound, but they are in different locations, so kind of need both to hear what's going on. Maddie finding another. That's 6 for Maddie. 4 for Mayhem's. Could this be 5? It could, but he goes down with the second player coming up to rush him. So unfortunate there. He did down the player, but I don't think he finished him off. Maybe the grenade did. So he either has 4 or 5 kills there. Looks like Mayhem's did get 5. Both players are down. No, not yet. One of the players are down. Can't tell. Mayhem's is down and Raw's down, but the other player is still up for WSU. Maddie was able to get that kill and is going to drive out of here with that vehicle. We'll focus on Maddie's point. I think USC Sumter does have a lead currently. So we're going to see how that plays out, as the white shroot on the other side is the enemy on the other team down. And Maddie downing players here left and right. And left 2 floating. We'll find this one in a second, I think, unless he already backed out. Catch some of that fire there. This other player. Oh, man. And unfortunate there, goes down, blowing up, and he'll be sent to the gulag. Should be. I don't think he hasn't been there yet. They had C4 or something. And so he's got a few seconds to wait before he gets in. See if we can watch what Dwight Schrute's doing. Not sure what the score is at the moment. Just saw it on Maddie's screen for a second. But did not see it. But I think Fire Ants are still in a lead by a handful of points at least. And here we go. Maddie in here. Got to try to get redeployed. Win his Gulag matchup. And he does easily. Didn't even take a shot, I don't think. And he is going to be back out on the map. And he may buy back. Close to some drops here for loot too. So that's going to be good. Gets his loadout drop that he dropped earlier in the game. I believe that's the one he put down. And has preferred loadout. Gonna buy back Mayhems, and the Fire Ants are still up and on a roll. So here comes Mayhems dropping in. He's gonna pick up his loadout too, and Dwight Schrute still hasn't been able to get his teammate back. He needs a little bit more cash to do that, and obviously a buyback location. But Fire Ants in the lead right now. Both Mayhems and Maddie on the move. They are a little bit closer to WSU than they were before. Both teams closer now. And Maddie sees one in his sight. He's gonna down him. And gets the kill. We are headed farther in, so we've got, looks like 13 points for the Fire Ants right now, overall. And Maddie's gonna find two down there. Gets one, gonna finish off the next, does, and two are down there. Add that to the total for the Fire Ants. And looking pretty smooth and clean right now for the Fire Ants. Want to keep this up, momentum as we go through the whole map. It does look like Raw is bought back by Dwight Schrute, I believe. Although not 100% sure. I guess he got back by being bought back, but Dwight still has a decent amount of money. So not sure exactly what happened there. Didn't hear anything about a jailbreak. I don't even think those are in the game anymore. But here we go. Mayhems and Maddie both fighting it out. Unfortunately, Mayhems goes down. So Maddie's going to need to buy him back if he wants him in the game to help him out, which I'm sure he does, but he'll have to get some work done in order to get there freely and not get tagged up.
I'm good.
Maddie going to search for that buyback. Taking a look at Mayhems, he's spectating Dwight Schrute, looking to see where they're going. Looks like, yeah, they've got 5 to our 19, so we are looking good there. And Mayhems does get bought back by Maddie, and Fire Ants back to full strength. Maybe not the fullest strength, because Mayhem still needs to get his preferred loadout. He's on his way there. Gonna be tight. Get away from that smoke too, but he's gonna get it. And then be on the move. Grab a couple things before he goes. And actually, no, it did stop right there for that time. So he's got a way to go. And Maddie trying to get kills there, but unfortunately does go down. And then spectating Raw, and Fire Ants are leading, but they still got to stay in this game because WSU is still up and they can get more kills. So looks like the circle's going to close down or start to move down potentially. Yep, here it goes. And Mayhem's going to take some damage to go get Matty, but he does get him. And Matty will be back in to the batch. So the overall kill leader right now in this match, Matty, just gets back in. Try to go for a loadout here, loadout grab. It is going to be tight. You see that smoke coming in. He's going to be able to get it. And Mayhem's on the move with the cart. Matty knew one was there and saw him coming down. Gets him. Just flawless execution right there for sure. And knowing someone else is in the area, plays that smartly too. Gonna try to loot up and get on the move. So I probably did mention it earlier. Matty is on the right. Mayhem's on the left here. Apologize for that. Mayhem's did not see that till too late and he gets shot from there. But right next to the buy station, Matty able to get him in there and do it quickly. And players may be coming to this area because the buy station's there and it being a maybe more secure place to come in, get your player and go. Mayhem's going to go ahead and start playing towards stadium here. Doesn't have the buyout that he wants, so he's going to have to do a little work. Actually, it looks like he was able to get back to his same spot, question mark. Not sure if that was where he went down. I don't think it was, but he did find a decent weapon, at least, in that situation. And playing stadium, a little more slow pace, WSU right now. But they got to be on the move before too long because the smoke is going to start heading in. And it looks like both Mayhems and Matty are getting close to people here. Ooh, Matty sliding back. Does crack one. I don't think he downed that player, but could be wrong. Gonna throw some smoke, try to close the gap between the players. Mayhem's trying to make his way there too. Both of them tagging him up. They do get one down, I think. No, they did. Shit. Not sure if they got both there. I thought there was two, but I could be wrong. Looks like they're in good shape for kills, still progressing forward. I think Matty's got 19.
Marking target location.
I think we're sitting at 27 points right now. And last we checked, they had 5, so they could have more now though. But that's what we know. Players are a little tighter together now. So you could possibly see some kills trying to be taken away, things like that. Does look like there's still 30 players though. Mayhem's tough luck there, gets challenged by 2. Gonna go down. Matty on the outskirts of this. And Raw was pretty low, but gets able to plate back up. And Maddie gonna be able to buy. Mayhem's back again. The clutch plays there from the Fire Ants, being able to have the money and being in the know in the locations that they want to go. But the circle is getting pretty close to the end here. Fire Ants with 30 kills right now. Just doing it up at the moment. And players getting downed here. Not finished them off just yet. A couple of the players, but they did down them, so they have to be careful for the other part of the squads. Got an airstrike coming in, I think, or stealth. Checking out, seeing what's in the area. So Maddie has a little bit of information there. You see Mayhem's strike come in. Mayhem's does go down though. Maddie able to put a couple players down, but Mayhem's strike did get a couple players there too. So Maddie getting chased. Got more than one after him though. You could hear multiple sets of footsteps, I believe. Yeah, there it is. And I think he was able to shoot up one of them, but not necessarily get the kill. Took him a second to get out that door. He saw him at the last second. Woo! That turn was crazy. Still got players around him though. Does get one more. Man, this is gonna be hard. Woo! He almost got him there, but Warzone defeat comes out, so that means the round is over, but the Fire Ants do come out victorious, I believe, in this first round. Gonna see what the scores are when we get back, but I do believe we had the lead there. And we had 30 at one point in time. I know we probably got more, but yeah, it was crazy right there at the end for Maddie. Almost being able to pull that off, but not quite able to. See the players warming up here. Trying to get the final score of that round. I know at one time WSU had at least 5. So trying to see what that score was after that though. Ended up being 34-14. So Fire Ants won round 1. 13, sorry. So Fire Ants do win round 1. It sounds like we're ticking into the next round. So this is a best of 3. So Fire Ants on match point here to close out the Warzone over WSU. So WSU still put up 14. Fire Ants had a really good round though, able to play strategy and bring each other back into the game and things like that. So able to get 34 kills. Not sure what Maddie ended with, but he had 20 at one point in time, and Mayhem's had 10. So the last 4 could have gone to Maddie, because around that time was when some of the last fights were coming up when I saw that. So that is definitely the possibility there. But here we go, warming up. Fire Ants up 1-0 after a 34-13 victory in round number 1. WSU Tech back against the wall. Again, they played a little bit slower. They lasted just as long as us, but they played a little bit slower and maybe didn't challenge as much, take as much risky fights. Fire Ants are kind of fast-paced, so going after it on a regular here. And getting ready for the drop, figuring out where they want to go. And there go the Fire Ants. They're going to head towards the hospital area. Looks like WSU stayed on. Not sure if they'll go to the end there or not. Maddie almost downed one, but not quite. Mayhem's down below too. Fire Ants trying to loot up before they start to get into some challenges here. Lots of players in their area from the looks of it. Good tag team there from Maddie and Mayhems. Mayhems goes down. That's an early down for him. This was much more contested for the Fire Ants this time, but to the Gulag, Mayhems goes.
The squad mate has entered the Gulag. They'll need to survive to redeploy.
Try to listen in on when Mayhems goes up to bat, but we'll ride with Maddie here as he's kind of creeping around trying to make sure he listens out really good for players. He does find one, gets him down. It looks like Mayhems is not in just yet. Actually, it looks like all the players are sent to the Gulag right now, minus Maddie. So not a good drop for either team at the moment for going down early, but they've got their Gulag to work out. And Maddie goes down. So all the players looks like they're in the Gulag. Here comes Mayhem's chance. He's gonna give it a go here. And looked like Raw is down, so he did not win his. Mayhem's got a chance to win his here and does down him and gets out of the Gulag. So Dwight has to win his Gulag or it could be almost over already. He's redeploying, so he is out. And so he did get the win. So he's got to work on getting some loot and some money so that he can bring Raw back into the game. And so does Mayhems for Maddie if Maddie doesn't win this, but we're gonna, man, Mayhem's surrounded by multiple players. But Maddie in the Gulag here. And gets it. Mayhem's still battling out, so Maddie gets out. Mayhem does get it down. He had multiple. And gets another. Just the pace they play at. So much faster. You saw that player looking towards the window that he first got shot at. Mayhem's was already in the door to shoot him. And both of them kind of in the same location now. And it looks like Dwight must have gone down and the Fire Ants, I think, closed that out with the number of kills that they had. And WSU leaves the game and closes out. So unless they had a disconnection of some sort, but I don't think so. So should be the Fire Ants winning there on points and not even having to continue. We're going to ride with Mayhems till we get the final score and know what's next as we go forward. And yeah, and it looks like Mayhem's gonna go down there, and we're gonna close out the game. So right there, didn't expect it. Dwight got back in, but I guess he must have got rushed and went down and wasn't able to go. Wasn't able to go any farther, so they just went ahead and backed out. Because obviously the Fire Ants could have played it out, but we would have been overall the gentleman's appreciation there and not just like kept going and run it up anyway. So they kind of did the same thing and just left. So the Fire Ants do win. I think Mayhem's had like 5 kills. So it was about 5-1, 5-2 there with the kills, but the Fire Ants do pull out the win. They win the semifinals in the national tournament, and they are headed to the national championship. Let me see if I have any summary on who's going to the national from here. Gonna look and see at the bracket, and looks like, oh wow, both Iowa teams lost in the first round of the playoffs. And looks like Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College versus Lake Area Technical College are battling it out. The 2 seed and the 6 seed battling it out to face the 1 seed, the Fire Ants, next week, 6 p.m. Uh, on December 12th, which will be next Friday at 6. We'll have that matchup going on here for the Fire Ants. We'll be back with more action between 8 and 8:30. We may have a match at 8. It may just be 8:30. Not sure. We have a match, but it's either going to start at 8 or 8:30. So keep an eye out on the stream. Take notice of any notifications, and we'll be back with more Call of Duty action. This time 4v4 Black Ops 6. Closing out the season with ECAC very soon. Got to keep winning to make it to the championship. But I think this is the round of 8 here. 8 left in the bracket for ECAC. So Fire Ants 2 close out the victory here. And we'll be back with more Call of Duty action in just a little while. See you soon.
USC, Sumter Fire Ants, Latino Squad in the lobby, Argentina, Perú, Ecuador, champions otra vez. Let's heat it up. Somos los Fire Ants, llegamos al game. Defending champions, you know the name. Party party war zone, we run the frame. NJCAAE on top, we remain. Santi from Argentina con la mira fría. Perú tiene a Mayen rompiendo día a día. Morde el argentino, pura puntería. Y Mati de Ecuador controlando la batería. Fire Ants fans, Fire Ants fans. We bring the heat, we never stand. Soy argentino cuando punta no falla. En el clutch aparece y te borra la pantalla. Mayhem peruano mete ritmo y estrategia. Te cierra el ángulo, precisión milimétrica. Amor del argentino entra fuerte sin miedo. Domina rotaciones, siempre llega primero. Mati de Ecuador cae con fuego en la zona. Cuando suelta el loadout, todo el mapa se detona. We don't choke, we don't fall. Fire Ants, always stand tall. Latino representando. Los campeones regresando. Hey. Somos los Fire Ants, llegamos al game. Defending champions, you know the name. Representative for the war zone, we run the frame. NJCAAE on top, we remain. Santi from Argentina con la mira fría. Perú tiene a Mayhem rompiendo día a día. Morden argentino, pura puntería. Y Mati de Ecuador controlando la batería. Argentina, Perú, Ecuador. Meeting of Fire, campeones por honor. Fire ants on the map, let's go. Dropping the zone, we control the fight. Fire ants pull up, it's GG on sight. Precision, aggression, we push every lane. Defending the title again and again. USC, Sumter, yeah, we built to compete. Latino energy, we don't taste defeat. Turn up the volume, make me feel that bass. Cause fire ants running the whole damn space. The fire ants, yeah. Champions, stay champions. Let's run it back. USC, Sumter Fire Ants. Latino squad in the